Hello, guys, and welcome back to the United Embassy, where we are reacting to Manchester United winning 2-1 against West Ham at the London Stadium. Well, it feels good. What a dramatic game. Jesus Christ, I am on edge, and with the game's finished, we can now try and settle, but what a game, Sean. How do you feel?
I don't think I've ever gone from being so angry to so happy within the last 2 seconds of a game because oh my God, I don't know what to make of that game. Like I'm absolutely buzzing. But the performance wasn't great overall. I don't mean to be too negative, but oh my God, what a finish. We've come away with 3 points, so that was incredible. Lingard, you just knew he was going to score, and what a finish.
I'll tell you what it feels
What a
like.
like
I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like Brighton last season. We robbed it.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it feels like
it
that.
does.
It feels exactly
You
like
think
that.
you've thrown it away. But what's great as well is the fact that Lingard, after making the massive mistake against Young Boys, has just completely atoned for that, basically. What a finish. You knew he was coming on. The West Ham fans were singing about him before the game. They won't be singing now. Oh, it was unbelievable. We had a stonewall penalty right at the end there on Zuma. That was a
That was
stonewall
100% a
penalty. I
penalty.
don't know how that wasn't given. There was the one where Ronaldo was pulled back in the box. That was a bit soft for me. I don't
Yeah,
think that
that was
should have
that
been a
was
pen.
definitely a pen.
And then there was the one where he went into Kufal, in which apparently Ronaldo engaged the contact. And none of them were given. And then in the 93rd minute, Luke Shaw handball gets given. Mark Noble, I don't think he's ever missed a penalty in the Premier League. He was subbed on to take a penalty. I mean, when have we seen that before? It doesn't always work. And it didn't. David De
We
Gea
we
hasn't
have to
saved the
repent.
penalty since.
We have to repent right now. I'm gonna make an apology video at some point for David De Gea because before this entire season, we both slated him,
Yeah.
and
I was saying
he's
Henderson would be
done
number one.
nothing but good since then. And now he's faced a penalty straight after a final, which he saved none in 11 penalties, and he saved one and finally got 3 points for Manchester United. And those scenes where all the players run to him at the end and give him a biggest hug. It's something I've
Yeah.
missed from 2017-18. So fucking bad. And
That was exactly what it felt like.
yeah,
De
yeah.
Gea being the main guy, and what it was the fact it was Mark Noble as well, who's never missed a penalty, I don't think, or at least he's probably got like a 90% hit rate or something ridiculous like that. The fact is, well, we were denied one at the other end, they go up, get a handball penalty in the last kick of the game. Unbelievable.
It's just
And
justice. It's justice.
yeah, I think fully. I would have been, if they'd scored to make that 2-all, I would have been absolutely fuming just at the way that game panned out and everything. I mean, their goal was a deflection as well, but
It was just a lucky
3 points.
goal from them combined with a penalty in the 95th minute when they shouldn't even have a pen, but it was a penalty. Don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't have a
Yeah,
pen because
because we should have had one
we
at the
should have
other
had
end.
one anyway. So it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Like it was
I,
an incredible match in terms of a neutral. If you're a neutral and you watch that game, welcome to fucking football because that was chaotic.
brilliant. I don't understand how VAR's looked at the Zuma one and has not given
Yeah,
it. I
it's
don't know if it's
baffling.
because it was quote unquote soft or something, but
How is it
it was
soft?
absolutely
You
ridiculous.
try the only way I think of that not being a penalty is because the ball's already travelling out of play.
Yeah, I
That's the
just
only thing. Like I'm even looking at the fact. I remember in the game, was it Suchek who got brought down by Aaron Bissaka and the ref give it as a foul on Aaron Bissaka. I'm sitting there like
yeah.
gritting through my teeth thinking that could be a penalty.
Do
It's
you know what
so
I hate about
weird.
VAR is that when something like that happens and the ref waves play on, the danger's still not over because you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that they can go back and have a look at it, and you're just terrified. Like they didn't give the Shaw handball, and then they went goes to the monitor and everything like that. And you're just like, oh.
yeah.
But it
What
was
a
a good win.
game.
Ronaldo scores goals. He does what he
He
did.
just does what he
Fabianski
does,
was
isn't it?
actually
He was
Fabianski was
incredible, incredible.
ridiculous today.
I'll tell you what it
Like
is, yeah. And I have a hypothesis on this goalkeeper movement against you. You know how every like smaller team than us, right? They have their goalkeeper, which is like a 9/10 out of 10 when they face
yeah,
United. Yeah. My hypothesis is the fact that it's every single game they're playing against United is the biggest game of their life. Like it's the big, you know
yeah,
what I
and
mean?
they
So
just
they'll
have to
pull
turn
like
up.
it's
Oh, it
like
was
World Cup finals for them.
the one where Bruno hit the post on the outside of his left boot. The stat save was
That
unbelievable.
was
Like I know
mental.
Fabianski put it back into Ronaldo's hands, but he makes the save in the first place. Do you know what I mean? I think it's one
Mm.
of those where it's just unfortunate because then 2 minutes later he made another save, and then there was the one at the start of the second half where
Yeah.
I think Kufal or somebody gave away a loose pass, and then Bruno to Ronaldo, and then he saved it as well. He was incredible,
Well, yeah,
and
but we've
that
not even
Lingard shot
spoke
was
about the
just
Lingard. I was gonna say we haven't even spoken about
no.
the
Yeah.
Lingard goal yet. Like
Matic assist, the
Like
super subs
I
combining.
literally was sitting there slating everything Ole was doing in terms of substitutions, and Matic comes on, gets an assist for Lingard, who was also subbed on, and I'm sitting there like, bro, like what was I? What did I do?
It was a master plan. I mean, in all honesty, the general performance wasn't great. There was a lot of sloppy passes in the midfield. I thought McFred particularly were just giving the ball away. We didn't seem to have rhythm. But again, if you just look, if you could just freeze frame that match, you would just see so often Ronaldo was in between Zuma, Suchek, or Bon at the back, Kufal tucking in, Cresswell tucking in, and we were basically just trying to get the ball into him, and he was marked out of the game completely. The there was a couple of incidents with Pogba and Zuma as well. The tackle that Pogba did on Zuma on the halfway line, which Zuma basically front flipped to avoid him, wasn't. Sorry, that was a foul. And then Kufal does the exact same thing to Ronaldo in the box. It's not a penalty, but I'm not salty about it or anything.
No, I think I think we do deserve to give West Ham some credit in terms of the performance because they were
I
very,
think that
very
West
good.
Ham are a really good side.
They
came sixth last season,
keeping us out of the box as well. Like they definitely held their own defensively, and in honesty, like Ronaldo had opportunities. He wasn't completely starved, and when we did get the opportunities to him, but they defended very well. Like in terms of actually covering shots, covering angles, even if they're not going to make the block, they were covering the angle that would have been the most prolific chance for Ronaldo or another player. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for the team. I think they maintained possession well. And I said this earlier, this game absolutely is a stamp of why we need Declan Rice in a midfield because I'm not being funny, single-handedly cut out. Like if you think the through ball, I think there's an opportunity. I can't remember who played the through ball. I think it was Ronaldo. I can't remember who it was. It was a through ball to the line for Mason Greenwood, and it would have been a literal one-on-one if that ball's not cut out. And he runs back about 10 yards and just gets the direct angle and just sticks his leg out at the last minute and cuts out the opportunity. And I'm saying that like, yo, Fred or McTominay are not doing that, and that's the frustration with it. But yeah, I genuinely thought Declan Rice was really good, but the whole game, I'm still not over, and I'm gonna keep going back to the point that I'm a bit like wondering. Also, I took a screenshot of De Gea out of his box, but yeah.
Oh, he was out of his box. I've only we've come to do this live basically as soon as the full time whistle's gone, so I've not even seen any of the replays of the save or anything like that. I'm gonna rewatch them at least a few times later on tonight. Yeah, but I don't think it was a great performance overall. But at the same time, West Ham played a back four, 2 6s in front of them. They didn't even have a striker really. I think it was Bowen who was playing as their central striker up front, who is a winger by trade, tracks back a lot. It was very difficult. There were so many occasions where Maguire and Varane were inside the West Ham half as well, and we just couldn't really get going, to be honest. And I think Varane is excellent.
The one thing that I would say about Varane in this game, I think it actually highlighted more than ever, especially because of the amount of corners we had. When it come back to us being in attack position, his ability to just grasp the ball and play it away straight away was evident. Very, very evident in terms of the fact that when the ball was being played, when the ball was being come back towards our goal, and the first thing he'd get, and he would always find the player in space and not just the first player in front of him. And I think that says a lot about him and the development of that of his ball playing ability, because we weren't doing Lindelof wouldn't do that, and I think that's, I mean, not besides just his defensive efforts, I think in ball playing wise that is a key thing to look at if they are making chances from centre half or even just maintaining pressure and recycling, but recycling the ball, then it's very creditable as a centre half.
There was one time as well when he brought the ball out from the right, and Sancho was free on the left, and I just thought there's no way he's making that pass. We just switched it out to him like effortlessly.
He just does little like lofted passes, doesn't he? It hits the ground first. Yeah. He does that.
I thought the defense was okay today. Like realistically, West Ham didn't have that many chances on the counter attack. They were threatening, but at the end of the day, their goal was a deflection that might even go down as an own goal. That came off Varane. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them where I think back to the game we played them last season at the London Stadium, where in the first half they just tore us apart. They absolutely dominated us, and then we had a good spell in the second half. Today, I thought they defended really well, and that always happens when you play a low block. With a team of that quality on the counter-attack, you're a massive threat, and I think we did well to not really succumb to it. I don't think De Gea made too many saves overall. There was one with his foot early in the first half, but then other than that, I can't think of too many occasions where he was actually called upon to make any kind of save or just an effort from West Ham that was threatening the goal, to be honest. So I think we did well in that sense. It's just, again, another game where we struggled to break down a low block, and in the end, it was a moment of magic. This time from Lingard, of all people, formerly of West Ham last season, to produce an outrageous goal. I think we should have had at least one penalty in that game ourselves. I think there's three occasions you could highlight, but at the end of the day, we got the 3 points, and I think justice was served at the end. De Gea saving Mark Noble's penalty, and from De Gea's point of view, what a start to the season he has made so far. Wolves and Southampton, he was the main man. We got a point against Southampton because of him. We got 3 points against Wolves because of him. And then tonight, once again, we've had 3 points because of him. It's actually at the point where I'm thinking back to 2014 to 17, 18, where we would literally earn points from De Gea. He would win us 15 points a season, and it looks so far like he is actually keeping us in these games. And as good as I think Dean Henderson is, I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I just don't see how you can displace David De Gea at the moment. Even his passing, like De Gea's been criticised for his ability to play out from the back and coming out of his box. He's doing both of those things now as well.
Well, in terms of like looking ahead from this game, where do we look other than once again West Ham? We've got them again on Tuesday. Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday? Midweek. It's a midweek
Wednesday?
game.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. I would play quite a rotated team. To be honest, I think you could see Heaton, you could see Telles, you could see Dallo, Lindelof. I think you could get Donny and Matic in there. I'd love Lingard and Jesse to start this game.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the same person. I'd love Sancho and Lingard to start this game. I think they deserve it. I could see Martial. You could almost see about 8 or 9 players come into that lineup, to be honest.
Maguire went out. Actually, I prefer to give him Della that game. Maguire and probably Shaw, just because Tellez is out. Probably be the two players I'd say would stay in the team. Or could stay in the team. I think probably there'll be 5 or 6 changes. I think probably Bruno will stay in the team as well.
That's what I don't really want to see though, because I'm happy to rotate, and then if we need, just pull them off the bench. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Villa is our next game in the league. Villa are looking really good as well. We don't really want to tire our players out when we don't need to. And we that's the thing. We have the squad now. We have the options. We have the depth. Let's use them.
Yeah, I think
Easy.
Today says a lot about Donny van de Beek's career. We always talk about him a lot, and obviously he's a big thing. And I actually thought before the game, I can kind of understand why Donny doesn't play as much, because he looked, for me, in my opinion, very underwhelming on against Young Boys. I thought he looked slightly sloppy in possession, and he didn't look physically like he was. Obviously, he's gained mass, but did he look stamina wise as up to the games of other people? No, for me. But the fact that he asked Nemanja Matic, I mean, obviously he got the assist, but in hindsight and all, but removing hindsight, the fact that he asked Nemanja Matic to come onto the pitch before him is a big warning for him that his career will go very stale very quickly if he doesn't do something in this next 2 to 3 months where he starts getting game time build up.
Yeah. That's why I hope this opportunity in midweek he gets a chance, because him and Sancho got the chance against Young Boys, but they both suffered because of Wan-Bissaka's red card. Basically, they both had to come off, so I don't really think it was a fair opportunity for either of them. But I think this game is the perfect opportunity for both of them to get 90 minutes, to be honest. I think when Matic came on, I was thinking was bringing on Matic allows McTominay to make those runs he does from deep, which are potentially a source of goals. But as you say, it's a type of situation where it's 1-1 at West Ham, 85th minute, and you bring Matic on over Donny van de Beek. I think that definitely says he's not going to be starting any of the big games anytime soon. But hopefully the midweek game against West Ham is the perfect opportunity for him to say, yeah, I can do it. I can play. I can hopefully work my way into this
hopefully
team.
we'll get a preview done for that as well. Obviously we didn't record a reaction or anything for the Young Boys game. That's mostly because my editing software decided to say, I don't want to work for you. However, it's back. We've got a different one, and these videos should become more regular. But yeah, I'm still a bit shocked over the fact David De Gea just saved the penalty. What is it? It's first in 37, 30? I can't remember what it is.
2015 FA Cup, I think. Or was that 2016 the FA Cup when he saved one against Everton? I think it was it Lukaku? He saved one against Everton in the FA Cup, and I think that was the league one as well, I think. He likes an Everton's penalty save. But I mean, after the Europa League final, you think the way that went.
I literally text you saying, yes, De Gea saving this.
Do you know what? You could put Alisson, Neuer, the best goalkeepers in world football, stick All Black in net there, and against Mark Noble, I would back Mark Noble to score.
Yeah,
that's how.
I think it was a bad penalty.
Just sure I was.
The fact it was a bad penalty, but in terms,
it wasn't a great penalty.
In terms of like The fact it's just been saved, we still have to give David De Gea credit. I mean, it takes in the 95th minute. I don't really understand Old Moyes' choice to bring on a player in the 95th minute to take a penalty, but I can't argue with him because he's better than Ole apparently. Right, I'm sure we'll see you soon. Again, West Ham. I mean, I'm glad we've kind of not done a preview for this now because otherwise we'd be doing 2 previews in a row of the
Yeah, on the
exact
same
same
team.
game. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your lovely weekends. Enjoy your lovely weeks, and we'll see you again soon.